Home Depot's Halloween 2025 online launch is next week. Let's talk about it. For everything scary, I'm GMHaunts, and welcome to my very last Home Depot Halloween 2025 news video. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am sad to share with you that this video right here will be the last time we are taking a look at the new animatronics coming out for Home Depot Halloween 2025, because next week is the official online products launch for this brand new lineup. Well, ladies and gentlemen, for the past week or so, I have been deep diving into these new animatronics from Home Depot, and in those videos, I've been teasing you about when the online launch date would be for the 2025 season, and I am so excited to finally share in this video that all of these brand new animatronics and decorations will be launching next Monday, August 4th, 2025. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you heard me correctly. This upcoming Monday is the big launch day, which means that this video is the last time we'll be talking about these new animatronics before they officially hit Home Depot's website and the app so that we can all go ahead and purchase them. So that is a very exciting day to look forward to, and I know that a lot of people have been anticipating hearing about the launch date, including myself, and I can finally share that this Monday you'll be able to order all of the items that we've been talking about. Ahead of the big online launch on August 4th, this upcoming Monday, I wanted to deep dive into the rest of the lineup that I haven't yet talked about in my other Home Depot videos, which you should definitely check out ahead of Monday. So today we're going to talk about the rest of the lineup, and once again, all of these props will be available for sale this upcoming Monday on August 4th.
What hungry horrors feed beneath the water's sheen? And what happens when those horrors come ashore for a fresher catch? The 7-foot LED Megalodon Shark has developed a taste for human flesh, and this great white is ready to take a great bite out of you. Measuring nearly 7 feet tall and 4.5 foot wide, this titanic terror is the sea's most fearsome predator. Its 2 rows of razor-sharp teeth loom large, gleaming in the moonlight and ready to attack those who dare to get too close. This bloody beast has blood-red LED eyes, and its menacing mouth glows brightly against the black of night. The gaping jaws fixed wide open, waiting for its next bite. Think twice before you take the bait. Nothing can save you from this fright night bite. The 7-foot LED Megalodon Shark. Only at the Home Depot.
First up, we have an item that I am so excited to finally talk about, and I feel like it's really cool that he ended up being in my part 3 finale video for Home Depot, because this item is one of the most highly anticipated for Home Depot season, because this is the 7-foot Deadwater Collection Megalodon Shark. Obviously, we first heard about this guy and saw him at the Home Depot managers meeting all the way back in March, and now he will be coming out in just a couple of days, and this item looks absolutely amazing. He is such a cool brand new shark piece, which is such a weird thing to say because we really never see sharks within the retail Halloween market. The Megalodon Shark is an awesome outdoor rated 7-foot shark piece with red LEDs on the inside of the mouth and a really cool paint job that looks like he has like some scars and cuts all over the shark's body. This one's very much sculpted to look like he's breaking out of the ground. So if you're gonna display this guy, it would be really awesome to maybe have him on like a deck. I really love the sculpt of this character. I think it looks tremendous, and this is definitely going to be one of the most popular items for this season. And even more interestingly enough, the Megalodon Shark will be an online only piece for this season. So if you want to pick him up, I highly recommend trying to get him on August 4th because he is online only and will not be in stores. The Megalodon Shark is set to retail for $349, so 350 United States dollars. Not a terrible price tag because this is a huge prop with a big sculpt to it, and obviously it will be super impressive for your display. So honestly, the $350 price tag, I'm not complaining.
Rain, go away. Come again another day. Spill a single drop of liquid on your beloved Mogwai, and what do you get? More than you bargained for. Standing 3.5 feet tall, the motion and sound activated animated LED gremlin Stripe is a mohawked menace, hell-bent on havoc and ready to wreak, rip, and ravage its scaly way through your peaceful parlor. Trigger the sensor, and 2 reptile-like eyes glow orange against the darkness. Its menacing head turns side to side, swinging with its 2 giant ears, and its dagger-toothed jaw opens and closes, snickering with delight. The rise of a new morning sun is all that will save you from this tiny terror. The 3.5-foot animated LED gremlin Stripe. Only at the Home Depot.
Next up, we have a surprise animatronic that we actually did not know about until just a couple of days ago, because this is Stripe from Gremlins. This prop looks absolutely amazing, and like I said, we just found out about him. He was a surprise piece from Home Depot that was not shown off at the managers meeting back in March, and this is the very first time that we're hearing about him and seeing him. I mean, this thing looks super accurate to the film. I love the look of the face, and the way that he even stands on the base doesn't look like an animatronic. It looks like the way Stripe would actually stand in the movie. They put so much detail into this character, even within all of his animation. This guy is just perfect for any Gremlins fans, and we have never seen an officially licensed Stripe animatronic in the retail market before this. Stripe stands at 3.5 feet tall, and his audio is also perfect for the character. It is very true to Stripe and the way he sounds in the movie, so I love that. Sometimes with licensed props, it looks really good, but the audio is kind of wacky. Stripe is the exact opposite of that. He looks amazing and has great audio, which is really cool to see, and Stripe will be retailing for $179 to $180, which is actually a fantastic price point for a fully licensed character like this with that much animation and that much detail. So Stripe, $180.
What has 8 legs, 8 eyes, and a hunger that cannot be satisfied? Riddles abound down the twisted paths that swerve and snake in the forest's dark. And the 9.5-foot giant-sized LED Arachnophobia spider is one of the wood's most malevolent mysteries. This astonishing arachnid has staked its impressive claim, catching and consuming everything that crosses its path. Its 8 long, jointed legs stretch eagerly outward, realistic black fur dancing in the crisp night air. Against the blackness, its body glows and pulsates, producing mesmerizing colors to lure unsuspecting prey into a sticky embrace. What should await them but 2 enormous pinchers, poised to promptly pierce? Trigger its motion sensor and this beastly bug comes alive, hissing, clicking, and clawing for its next meal. My, how the hunters have become the hunted. What a wicked web we weave. The 9.5-foot giant-sized LED Arachnophobia spider. Only at the Home Depot.
This next one is another very exciting prop that we only found out about a couple days ago, because this is the brand new Arachnophobia spider. Like I said, this one, brand new reveal. Home Depot did hold off on showing this one at the managers meeting in order to keep it a big surprise for this online launch date coming up on Monday. And the Arachnophobia spider is a very unique one. We have a 9.5-foot long spider coming from the Gruesome Grounds collection, and the main attraction with this one is not just just the size of it, again being 9.5 feet long, but it's really within the body and the way the head and body regions light up with those awesome colorful RGB options. I love the lighting effects with this prop. I think the pairing of the huge size of the character along with the colors make this one a really cool brand new spider prop and definitely set it apart from other yard spiders that we've seen in the past, not only from Home Depot, but from other retailers as well. I will say that the Arachnophobia spider is set to be online only for this season, so if you like this one and you want to pick it up, you'll have to grab it online. The Arachnophobia spider is going to be retailing for $349, so $350 bucks.
Dare to reach for the treasure, and you'll find out just how lucky ye are. Feeling lucky, are ye? Only 4.5 feet of misfortune awaits you at the end of this rainbow. The 4.5-foot animated LED Cursed Clover is not your leprechaun of lore. This hatchet-wielding wild man has a vigor for violence, and is ready to sink his blade deep into the heart of Hallows Eve. Dressed in his Aaron Goldbroth best, from his buckled top hat to his emerald jacket and big brown boots. This bearded bogeyman is all smiles on Fright Night. His weathered face wears the wrinkles of ages of rage, and his gloved hands and blackened fingernails hint that it is not Lucky Charms he seeks. Trigger his motion sensor and he comes to life. Bright orange LED light floods his eager eyes as he turns from side to side. His jaw opens and closes as he swings his sack of coin, brandishing his axe and boasting of the blows that will befall you. Luck of the Irish, not tonight! Beware, for my axe is eager to meet the greedy hands that dare to touch me gold. Mischief and mayhem go hand in hand. That is, if you're lucky enough to keep yours. The 4.5-foot animated LED Cursed Clover. Only at the Home Depot.
The next animatronic has been one of the most anticipated for this season. This is one that we did see at the manager's meeting because this is the 4.5-foot LED animated Cursed Clover from the Gruesome Grounds collection. This is the leprechaun prop that again we saw all the way back in March. I love the concept with this one because we never see scary leprechauns within the retail market, and I always love when Home Depot gives us these twisted takes on holiday and seasonal characters, like we've seen in the past with other characters in animatronics. The Cursed Clover looks amazing. He's being made by SVI, and I love the look on his face with the orange beard and the small look that he has while he's wielding a hatchet, and it looks like a bag that probably has some gold doubloons or coins in it around his wrist on the other hand. This is just such a cool prop, and I feel like displaying him in like a wooded area with some green lighting, maybe some stacks of golden coins or something, would be the perfect way to set up this brand new prop. And Cursed Clover, I have to say I'm a huge fan of, and this prop will be retailing for $179, so just about $180.
Dip the apple in the brew. Let the sleeping death seep through. Have a bite? In this fearsome forest, it's not just the trees that bear rotten fruit. The 5.5-foot animated evil queen wishes to be the fairest in the land, but her gruesome appearance isn't doing her any favors. Her long nose droops down nearly to her chin, punctuated by a huge dark mole. Her wispy silver hair shines beneath the hood of her cloak, catching light from the full moon. Her enormous eyes, set beneath broad arching brows, glow green in the night. In her hand, a bushel of poison-packed apples to offer anyone who stands in her way. Trigger her motion sensor, and her head and gap-toothed mouth begin to move as she tempts you with a bite. Her apple oozing with green LED light. This is no ordinary apple. It's a magic wishing apple. One bite, and all your dreams will come true. Don't be fooled, for it isn't your wish the apple will fulfill, unless, that is, you wish to sleep your life away. The 5.5-foot animated evil queen. Only at the Home Depot.
In my last Home Depot video, we talked about the all-new Maleficent animatronic coming for Home Depot 2025, and now in this video, we are going to be taking a look at the brand new animated LED Evil Queen, also officially licensed from Disney. This one looks as impressive, in my opinion, to the Maleficent prop, and the Evil Queen also features servo animation and motors, as we saw on Maleficent. Such a cool character to be getting as an animatronic, and definitely not one that I would have expected to see this season, because Evil Queen, not really super scary, but I like the idea that Home Depot is giving us some more obscure Disney characters in the form of life-size animated props, and Evil Queen looks awesome. I love the fact that the skull kind of gets illuminated in the apple that she's holding, and how it slowly fades out and then comes back in. Such a cool lighting effect. The green eyes look really awesome as well, and those servo animations make her look so realistic as she's moving from side to side with that servo head kind of like turning and looking at you. Really cool. And I feel like if you're gonna get the Maleficent prop, you kind of have to go with the Evil Queen as well to complete that Disney animatronic collection. This one looks amazing, just like Maleficent, and the Evil Queen will be retailing for $279.
Beware, traveler, for these woods hold secrets. They are near as ancient as I. Listen to their words, for they may be your last. You'll do well to heed their warning, for your own sake.
Not all who dwell in this eerie realm desire to inflict harm. There are those whose wares are warnings, peddling predictions to any passerby smart enough to heed them. At 7.5 feet, the Nightshade Witch is a harbinger of horror, spreading the awful word of the wood to all who will stop and listen. She wears the bones of unfortunate and unwise travelers who came before. Threadbare gauze and scavenged fabrics accent her tattered robe and tall pointed hat. Stare deep into her gaze, and 8 life-eyes options illuminate the dark night. Her gruesome grey skin is as pale as the moonlight, all but rotting from her frail frame. In her hand, a crooked broomstick that lands at a vibrant, color-changing brush base. It's the perfect perch for a lonely crow, and from her belt hangs a potion satchel, deadly nightshade, of course. Trigger her motion sensor, and her face, mouth, and arm come alive as she readies another potent portent.
Do you hear them? My crows speak the tongue of the dead, bearing witness to those who dare to linger here. You can run if you wish, but they will find you. Now come, and let me see if you're worthy of joining my flock.
A coven is a brewing, and her crows won't stop at a pinch or a peck of the secret ingredient. You, the 7.5-foot Nightshade Witch. Only at the Home Depot.
This next one is the all-new Nightshade Witch. This is the dark witch character that we did get a little peek of all the way back in March at the managers meeting. And I'm not gonna lie, not super into this one. I liked her a lot when we did see her leaked photos and preview images back in March, but I feel like production wasn't the kindest on this prop, as the latex phase kind of changed a little bit in production, it seems, from the prototype we saw at the managers meeting. But nonetheless, I like the concept with this one, with a dark witch holding a broomstick with a crow on it. I love the lighting effect that we're seeing within the broomstick itself. That's an all-new feature for a Home Depot witch prop, and I love how it looks on this prop. She does feature LCD eyes with those digital panels that you can control to customize which little pattern plays inside her digital eyes. I also really love the servo wrist movement. We heard about that all the way back in March, but this is the first time that we're actually seeing what it looks like in action, and I love how fluid it looks, how she can move her wrist and turn it in all kinds of different directions, all thanks to that servo motor. So that looks really awesome. Like I said, just not a huge fan of the way the face came out, but nonetheless, the Nightshade Witch will be retailing for $199, so $200.
Once upon a midnight dreary, in fields rotten beneath skies eerie, a feathered figure, cloaked in dark, utters this macabre remark.
The night is alive with whispers, secrets only the darkness can reveal.
So quoth the 6.5-foot animated LED raven. This beastly bird is black as night, dressed in a long dark cloak, from beak to claw. A shawl of feathers frames its long textured beak, cascading downward and wrapping around its shoulders and chest. In its hands a lantern glows with warm LED light, and a silver skull-topped staff radiates with ghostly energy. Trigger its motion sensor and its eyes and mouth come alive, burning red with rage. Its head turns from side to side as it crows a thrilling threat.
These fields are not empty. They are filled with the spirits of those who dared trespass before you. The shadows have found you.
Suddenly there comes a tapping. Your heart gives out, rapidly rapping. A shadow descends and takes your beat. A blackbird's beak your soul does eat. A life in darkness now awaits, and this bright night shall seal your fate. The 6.5-foot animated LED Raven. Only at the Home Depot.
Another one that we saw at the managers meeting was the Raven, and this one is a really unique concept that I'm glad to see Home Depot putting out. I do think there's room for improvement with it, but still, I like the idea. I just think the execution could have improved slightly. This one's meant to be a big, life-size Raven character, holding a lantern in one hand, a staff with a skull in the other. And I love the shrouded look that he has, the hood with feathers on it, how it kind of goes onto his shoulders. I love the rope tied around his waist, and I do really like the sculpt of the lantern that he's holding. I'll just say I'm not a huge fan of the eyes within the Raven head, because they almost look like human eyes, where they should be more like animal-like and more like an actual bird. I would change the paint job, or I don't even know exactly what's causing it, if it actually is the paint job or just the way they're sculpted with that round spherical shape. Other than that, I really like the look of the Raven's head. The skull staff looks kind of plasticky, but I like the idea with it. Again, I just love the clothing that this guy has, and the concept of him is very cool. I love Raven characters because they're pretty scary, and we don't see a lot of them in the retail market. Once every couple of years they do come up, and this is the newest one coming out for the 2025 season. He's coming from the Gruesome Grounds collection. He stands at 6.5 feet tall, and the Raven will be retailing for $199, so $200.
All those years stuffing your face with ham, roast pork and bacon. Now it's my turn to carve a slice off you.
They say you are what you eat. Well, take a bite from this meatmonger's bloody buffet, and he'll have you squealing like a pig. Standing well over 6 feet tall, the 6.5-foot animated LED butcher brings an imposing presence to any monster mash. Beneath a long, wrinkled snout, too terrifying to stretch upward, framing his open, grinning mouth. A long, sutured scar runs the length of his human-sized head. Dressed in a soiled hat and apron, and holding a massive cleaver, this one-man chop shop is ready to cut more than just a rug.
People call me an artist. They line up for a taste of my work, but they never leave once I start carving. No rush, no fuss, just me, my cleaver, and a job well done.
Trigger the motion sensor, and this big pig's eyes glow bright red. His head begins to move as he brandishes his blade with evil intent. Eat up while you can. The next course might be you. The 6.5-foot animated LED butcher. Only at the Home Depot.
This next animatronic is one that I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty torn on because I sort of like a lot of it, but there's other parts of it that I really don't enjoy at all because this is the brand new Pig Butcher. We also did see this one all the way back in March at the managers meeting, and I was very interested with him at the time. It seems like he did change quite a bit in design and production, now showing up again in July of 2025, almost August for the online launch date, because he now features a dark green shirt underneath his apron, and obviously this character is meant to be a butcher wearing a pig's head, almost like a character you would see in a meat packing location or like a butcher shop. That's kind of the idea with this character, sort of Texas Chainsaw vibes a little bit is what I'm getting, more just like a butcher shop kind of character. I really enjoy the sculpt of the pig's head. I think it's got to be one of my favorite butcher heads that we've seen anytime in the retail market, and I love how his eyes light up that red color. The ears look really cool. The hat that he's wearing is a little bit goofy, funny, cartoony, but not a huge problem with it. I really enjoy the sculpt of the pig. My main issue with this prop would be the way that he's standing, because he does stand a little bit goofy, a little bit wacky, I think, with how far apart his legs are. And this is something we've seen on a lot of Home Depot props, not even just Home Depot, I should say, but a lot of retail props in general, where the posture they have kind of ruins the entire prop because it doesn't appear realistic or how an actual human being would stand. So that does bother me just a little bit. Maybe you could modify it, maybe not. I'm not exactly sure. The pulls are kind of how they are. I was gonna say maybe you could bend them out of the box. You would have to play around with it, but nonetheless, I do like the idea with this one, and I love to see Home Depot giving us some more gritty characters, like a butcher wearing a pig's head with a cleaver in one hand, and the Pig Butcher will be retailing for $179, again, from the Gruesome Grounds collection.
Welcome. Take a seat and relax, won't ya? I promise I'll give you the closest shave of your life.
Who needs the barber shop when this blade-wielding wild man is coming straight for you? Your best cut may be your last when the bloodthirsty 7-foot animated LED Zombie Barber is in town. Standing 7 feet tall, this pock-marked white-haired hacker is sharply dressed in a shiny silken vest, crisp collared shirt, and a massive top hat. But take a closer look, and you'll see he's rotten right down to the bone. Don't mind the putrid yellow nails on his menacing hands. You won't feel a thing when you trigger the sensor, and the berserked barber raises his arm and turns his head, staring you down with his deep red eyes as he readies his dueling razors for a swift slice.
Just a quick slice, and off it goes.
What'll it be? A few inches off the top? Or how about the chop? His specialty. The 7-foot animated LED Zombie Barber. Only at the Home Depot.
The final animatronic that we're going to talk about in this video is one that has a really cool idea to it, and I love the fact that he is more on the affordable side because this is the Zombie Barber. I talked about in my other Home Depot videos how I love the fact that each and every season, Home Depot does give us some more better priced, affordable items when it comes to animatronics and life-size decor, and the Zombie Barber is absolutely an example of that. This guy is set to retail for $129, so only $130, but he is a fully animated prop with a really unique concept of a barber with a really kind of formal outfit that he's wearing. He's got a big hat, he's got some utensils in his hands for cutting hair, and I just love the unique concept behind this guy. I always enjoy when Home Depot gives us some more obscure characters that are not clowns, that are not witches. They're more in that niche kind of area, and the Zombie Barber is definitely the perfect example of that for the great price tag of $130. I really have no issues with this guy. The red LEDs look great. I love the animation that he has, and again, for that price tag, you really can't go wrong. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it, my very last Home Depot Halloween 2025 video before we lead into the online Halloween launch coming up this Monday on August 4th. Like I said at the beginning of the video, if there is anything you have your eye on, either from what I talked about today or my other Home Depot Halloween news coverage, I would highly advise you to get up very early on the morning of August 4th, because these items will begin going live early that morning, and things will sell out very quickly. If you've been a part of these launches before, you've seen how quickly animatronics do sell out online, especially the ones that are online only that you can't buy in the store. So if you would like to pick up anything from Home Depot this season and you want to get it online, I would advise you to get up very early on August 4th, get on the website, and be ready to place your orders. But I guess, remember as always, for everything scary, I'm GMHaunts. I was gonna say that for more Home Depot Halloween 2025 videos. Goodbye.